Galaxy Truck Series Racing, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thunder Valley. JCTV brings you live coverage tonight of the Cameron Caldwell Graphics 200 from the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. Tonight, these truckers will endure 200 laps of pure short track racing action around the steep high banks of Bristol for what should be a really entertaining night. I'm Eric Wineland, as always, and I'm joined tonight by my broadcast partner, Josh Coppernell, for tonight's call. Josh, glad to have you back for yet another Galaxy Truck Series League event. This time we're here at the world's fastest half mile, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Oh man, I am super excited. Like you said, we're here at Bristol. It's Bristol, baby. We're gonna have really good short track action, fast-paced, high banked, like you said. This should be a great one.
Yeah, looking forward to 200 laps tonight here under the lights, bringing you some pre-race coverage here on JCTV. Not too much time left, about 10 minutes remaining in the practice session here, followed by a 5-minute qualifying for these guys, and then the 200-lap event tonight here at Bristol. We got a special little pre-race thing for you. We haven't done too many of these on pre-race, Josh, but got a little interview for pre-race here with Ryan Samuelson, one of the admins of the Galaxy Truck Series League. Ryan, I want to bring you in and say welcome to the JCTV booth, and glad to have you put on the stuff that we are able to broadcast to these fine folks out here tonight.
Yeah, hey guys, thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys taking time out of your day and the night and to do this for us. Thanks.
Hey man, it's always a pleasure. So, Ryan, if anyone's been following the series, they would have caught your interview with Josh at the beginning of the season when he did this with JCTV at one of the early Truck Series broadcasts early on in the season. But we're doing a little mid-season update, if you will, with you tonight. So, wanted to ask you first, the Galaxy Truck Series, what's it all about? What is the whole point of the league, and what made you kind of go into adminning a league like this?
It's about kind of giving everyone a little bit more experience and learning more stuff. I mean, we having raced in the Galaxy Cup Series, we're racing against a bunch of great drivers, but we're also racing against a lot of guys that are really high skill level, and sometimes it doesn't feel like the competitive is the gap is too far. So you need somewhere to kind of learn and advance your own skill and get better and be able to advance that Cup Series and compete with those guys. So this is kind of what we brought here, for a chance for people to learn how to compete and also have some fun while doing it.
So that was kind of your vision coming in. Now that you got a couple races under the belt, you guys started back at, I believe it was Kentucky Week, back in the summer. Now we're just hitting about the end of summer, getting ready to start into fall. So late summer, short track action tonight at Bristol. What are the current goals for the Galaxy Truck Series? What are you looking to accomplish for the rest of the season as an admin of the series, not necessarily a driver?
I think we're looking to accomplish expanding the field, getting a little bit more people in here, getting definitely committed drivers into here that I want to see everyone here every Friday, Thursday night racing. Like, we got a great field tonight. We got quite a few cars out here, a lot of new guys who aren't not just a bunch of our Cup drivers. So it's great seeing a bunch of new faces out here. Definitely they're here to stick.
So what are you looking at then in terms of long-term goals for the Galaxy Truck Series? What are you hoping to see, maybe not necessarily by the end of the year, but thinking 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the road here in the league?
Definitely become a highly known league, and also in the short term trying to gang our goals and aspirations for next year, incorporating ourselves more into the Cup Series with how people can get called up and sent down from the Cup Series, and kind of working our way as that AAA to our Cup Series. That's probably our main goal right now, is trying to find a way to incorporate yes.
So for those that don't know, maybe at home, there is a Galaxy Cup Series league. That's actually the first one the first in the Galaxy Series, League Series lineup was the Cup Series. The Truck Series, of course, is Ryan's realm that he has taken over here, like I said, this midsummer. So, Ryan, why the trucks? Why not like the Xfinity cars, since it's just the extra step down from the Cup cars? But maybe did you consider anything else like the Legends cars or the late model or super late model or what is it, the Tour modified? Any of those?
We didn't consider the late models and around those kind of cars. We mainly considered Xfinity truck. We had a poll and we had people vote, and overwhelming support for the trucks came out, and so we went with what the people wanted, and that's the trucks.
So one of the unique things about your first season as a league is you guys are actually only doing a half season. Like I said, you guys started in a Kentucky week, and that's pretty much when you got the ball rolling with a good amount of drivers coming in and week out. So in terms of speaking more so to the points for the series this year, you guys decided on no playoff system. I know it was a debated topic for a little bit for the first couple weeks, but ultimately going without the playoff system, at least for this first half season. Is that just because there's not enough races to really build anything up? And then are you guys looking to change that for next year, for the next season of Galaxy Truck Series?
Yeah, we went with the no playoff system, especially because of coming into the year so late, and we wanted to keep par with what the actual Truck Series was doing with schedule-wise, with a few of our own kind of races in there. Also, we wanted to build that consistent field. When we started out, where we had only a few drivers we know would stick around, and now as the season progresses, we're still getting those drivers that we think will be here for the good and stick around here and develop in here, and that's what we want. And with 18 races, I felt like it was too little to incorporate like a playoff that required 10 races, so a playoff longer than the actual regular season, I just did not seem ideal to me at this time.
All right. Now, you've had some differing like schedule events than what we necessarily see in real life, like what the Cup Series tries to emulate. So, talk us through why you chose to do more so of like a C Open schedule. And again, I'll ask the same question as last time. Are you looking to further emulate that in next season in terms of following more of a C Open schedule rather than maybe what the NASCAR Gander Outdoors Truck Series in real life will run?
Yeah, we went with following the C Open schedule just to get the races in and allow people, because their trucks has a lot of bye weeks. The actual regular season has a lot of bye weeks in there, so we wanted to start our series and have quite a few races in there. And also the C Open schedule allows the drivers to get practice and a race setting with all the open races and practice sessions that are there. I think next year we'll probably lean more towards going along with the actual Truck Series.
All right, so some good things to look forward to for next year in the Galaxy Truck Series League. Just want to review one more thing for you. So I actually have the questions that Josh actually asked you in the first interview you did at the beginning of the season. So one of the ones he asked was, what was the decision? Why did you decide to take the task of starting the league and coming forward to today? Do you feel like it's been worth it in your eyes? Are you excited about what you see in the future? Are you a little skeptical? How do you feel about looking forward?
I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this, especially next year. I think I have been learning as the league owner. I hadn't been through something like this, so I've been learning as we go. Mistake here and there, but I'm like I said, I'm looking forward. As you go on, you get these more great ideas, like we're incorporating tire limits into the series, trying out different rules with how we go about road courses and stages. We're trying different things. It's been fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I think this league's got huge potential. I think we're gonna reach that potential.
So one more for you before I let you sign off. Couple names here, not normally Cup Series drivers. We see a couple of them making that step up toward the Cup Series, but who are you most impressed with so far in your series? And how have they helped the Galaxy Truck Series try to be what it is and continue moving forward?
We can't give it to the points leader in Truck Series, Alonso Chicano. I think he's definitely been the impressive and most impressive out in the series, and helping us get that competitive field. He's been challenging our Cup guys in these races, and that's been fun to see. Saying, "Hey, this guy's been in our Truck Series, and he can compete with our top guys."
All right, Ryan. Well, one more before I send you off. I know I said the last one was one more, but anyone you'd like to thank for helping you put this thing on week in and week out and being able to have these Truck Series races?
Yeah, definitely. Josh, the Galaxy Cup of Mids, Kevin, Demarius, all the guys that work with me in Camstone, Rich Petrucco, Dan Fields, helped me get this whole thing started. All the guys, and you guys for making this big, doing the broadcast live. I appreciate you guys doing this.
All right. Well, Ryan, we sure appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to join us here pre-race. I know qualifying has just gotten underway, so I'll let you go ahead and get that 32 truck ready to go qualify here tonight at Bristol. Hopefully, we will be talking to you either at one of our stage breaks or hopefully at the finish. So thank you, Ryan Samuelson. That is your Galaxy Truck Series League admin for joining us today.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me.
All right, Josh, I'll bring you back in here since you're still up here in the booth with us. Pretty interesting stuff. I like the future of what Galaxy Truck Series looks like. I might like it enough that I might race in it next year, Josh.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy with where Ryan has taken this. Him and I talked about setting it up as a feeder series to the Cup Series. I really like where it's gone so far. Still some work to do, but I think it's started to do its purpose.
Yeah, so that's a lot of things, or that's something that a lot of people don't understand or maybe realize is that, yes, my broadcast partner is Josh Coppernoll, the admin of the entire Galaxy League series, and more specifically the Cup Series was your big vision when you originally created it, actually last offseason. So now with Ryan having the Truck Series, it's awesome to see Galaxy expanding, at least from my viewpoint, as both a driver in the Cup Series and also joining you here in the broadcast booth for the Truck Series. Awesome to see it. I hope to see it continue moving forward. It's honestly one of the rare breeds out there that's actually a full distance league compared to a lot of leagues going half distance or maybe at most 3/4 distance. So we got some qualifying laps happening on our hands here in front of us on the screen. So we're looking live at the 77 truck of Matthew Gaskins turning some laps here to see if he can put his truck on pole. So far, not a bad time for the 77. Not exactly stellar either, but Matthew Gaskins will put it. I can't even find him on our screen.
Actually, Eric, that is a number issue. That was the number 70 of Martinson, who actually put it on the pole. So he is going to show as a 77 in the sim.
Kyle Martinson. Okay.
His actual number.
Understood with you. Gotcha. So we have the time. We'll go ahead and take our picks to win tonight. Josh, I'll let you lead off since I've led off the past couple races. Who are you picking to win tonight's event?
Well, if you remember at the end of the broadcast last week, I made a bold prediction and said Alonso Chicano is going to win Bristol. I'm sticking with that. I'm sticking with Alonso Chicano. He was showing really good speed early in the season. He has 2 wins already. He had a rough week last week. I think it's time that he gets himself a 3rd win. Parks it.
So Josh going with Alonso Chicano. I'm going to go with the guy who actually missed out on last week's event. Unfortunately, I know it might be a little biased. I've picked him a lot this season, but he really is that fast, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, Cameron Stone in the 57 truck. I mean, he's not going out here and laying a qualifying lap down tonight. Looks like he wants to start from the back, but I fully expect that his number 57 Coors Light truck will be running up front by the end of that first stage and then going forward throughout the race tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, 200 laps tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway around this steep banked half mile, dubbed the world's fastest half mile. We got a couple stages tonight and some tire set limits, so we'll go over those with you here real quick. The big one is tire limits set tonight. Only 3 extra sets laying in the pits for these guys, so tire strategy is going to be a big factor in tonight's event, and Josh and I will cover that with you throughout the night tonight, as well as stages for Bristol. I believe they are 45 and 90. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm not seeing the number in the announcements channel, but that could just be me with that. Excuse me, 55 and 110 is what it's showing for Bristol tonight. So we'll look for stages on lap 55 and 110 tonight. So again, tire strategy, I think, Josh, is going to be the biggest thing. Only having those 3 extra sets, and tires do matter at Bristol. It's going to make for an interesting race tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to separate, if you will, the boys from the men. Who will, who's the experienced drivers of saving their tires? I think, as you said, tires are key. It's going to come down to saving those tires over a long comfortably. You could go 50 laps on a set of tires comfortably to even them out, but I feel like you would want to go more than that. I believe the fuel run, which with the way our stages are, we won't have any like pit stops if they have a long green flag run, but they're going to be 135 to 145-ish laps. So I don't expect green flag pit stops, but we don't expect green flag pit stops unless they're 40. But I still think tire strategy there. I'm sure we'll get a lot of cautions. 29 drivers in the field tonight. Gotta save those tires.
Well, interesting development I'm hearing over here on the driver's radio that we're not hearing on the broadcast. One of the things that I'm privy to that Josh is not, since he's the one running the broadcast, is hearing driver's chat. And it sounds like there are no tire set limits for tonight. So throw all that strategy that I just mentioned out the window tonight. The session had to be remade after a bug with iRacing and the timing of the session in the sim, and it's not looking good for hearing what the system is going to be tonight. And also hearing there might be a potential issue with fast repairs. We're not sure on that.
Well, it should be an interesting one, despite the issues. These guys, they're really good at overcoming them, so...
So, Josh, we got a couple guys making their first league starts tonight for the Galaxy Truck Series. Count a total of 8 new drivers making a start tonight in the Galaxy Truck Series. Let's go ahead and highlight them while we are under pacing conditions here. So the 7 of Dave Fuse Jr. is one of your debuts tonight, as well as the 17 of Craig Fryer, 19 of Nicholas Vassenar, the 22 of Austin Verway, the 45 of Brett Bennett, the 86 of Brian Hings, the 20 of Ian Roy, and the 70 eager pole sitter Kyle Martinson. So getting ready to go green here at Bristol for 200 laps around this fast half-mile circuit. Josh, I'm very much looking forward to this here as we see the pace car away from the frame and the field is in the hands of the 70 truck of Kyle Martinson as he gets ready to take us to the green flag tonight. For 200 laps from Bristol, we are green and racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Looks like Rich Petrucco on the outside there, the 27, he got a little bit of a jump, but he backed off, and Kyle Martinson has the advantage. And now slight, about half a truck length over Rich Petrucco. Worth noting, I don't think we said it on the pre-show here, Rich has won the last 3 races, so he's looking to go 4 in a row. So he will be pretty aggressive, I assume, trying to get that all elusive 4th lane straight.
So nice and easy first 2 laps there for Kyle Martinson. Holds about a 2 truck length lead over there over the 27 truck of Rich Petrucco there. Slotting in a third back there is Alex Princeton. Andrew Shartner falls to fourth. Joey King up to fifth from his starting position of sixth. Anthony Gordieri displacing that sixth position. John Dulaney, the loser off the start there, lost 3 positions so far, back to 8th as we continue to watch this 6 truck work. So losing 3 right off the start is not a good thing here, Josh. Bristol can be a hard place to pass. We shall see tonight how these trucks react to that, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see mostly a middle to top lane track tonight.
Yeah, Bristol is a high line track. That bottom really isn't where the grid is at, so actually kind of surprised to see the lane run bottom there. I think, if you want to make a pass, you've got to set it up right.
All right, man.
Bottom might be hard. We actually have caution.
So we have our first yellow tonight. Does not look to be too good over here on the backstretch. It looks, I can't tell who that is. I think that's the 22 of Austin Verway. Yes, it is. The 22 of Austin Verway has been spun around on the back. He actually just got it whipped it back around here on the backstretch. We'll take a look at the replay here. You see him sitting sideways there. That was pretty dangerous. Looks like he got a little bit of contact from the 45 there. Gets spun around to the inside wall, and his truck just happens to sit back up on the track. Unfortunately, just the nature of the tight confines here at Bristol. We saw, I think that was the 82 of Dustin Webb. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Josh. Dustin Webb might have got a piece of that as well. And actually, it was a bigger wreck into turn 3.
Yeah, it looks like the 77 of Matthew Gaskins got into...
I believe it was the 82 of Dustin Webb.
Yeah, the 82 of Dustin Webb.
So that's unfortunate for Gaskins there. I think the 20 of Ian Roy also making his debut tonight was another one involved there. So 2 guys making their Galaxy Truck Series debuts tonight involved in the first incident here. We actually had a spinner on the front stretch there too, just before the yellow came out. I think it was the 54 of Cody Bird. Might have been involved in some spin there off of turn 4. I don't know if we'll be able to catch a replay of that, but he is back at the back of the pack now after losing a couple positions there off the start. So only a few takers on pit road. Like we said, unfortunately, the tire set limit glitched out on a session recreation due to a time issue with the first session that was set up for the league. So no tire set limit tonight. We got a few takers fixing some damage in the back. Joseph Lester in the 71 truck, the 82 of Dustin Webb is on pit road, as well as the 20 of Ian Roy, the 54 of Cody Bird still on the track, I believe. And then I believe Gaskins and Verway are also making trips down pit road to get some fresh tires.
Like, a little bit of technical issues on my end. I apologize. Okay. So 82 of Dustin Webb here getting damage repair. Probably everybody else that's on pit lane now.
Yeah, so we got the 22 of Verway, the 82 of Webb, the 71 of Lester, the 54 of Cody Bird, all on pit lane right now. So the last truck remaining still on the track that didn't take tires there is Dan Fields in the 66, running 24th. 29 trucks tonight for the Galaxy Truck Series. Josh, pretty nice big field. It's going to be interesting. Like you said at the top of the broadcast, with such tight confines here at Bristol, this should be quite an interesting race. I'd be really interested to see how these leaders handle lap traffic when we get there.
Yeah, like, especially with this being a tighter track and passing game card. I mean, lappers usually are nice and get out of the way, but if they're battling for a position of their own, they're not just going to step to the side and let these the leaders pass them if they're trying to battle and fight for a position themselves. So it will be interesting when we get to that point. We are about to wrap it up to go back to.
So the pace car makes his hard left turn onto pit road, and the field is green again behind the 70 truck of Kyle Martinson. Again, you're going to see 77 on your screens tonight. Little trading paints mix up there. So Martinson out already to a 5-truck length lead over now a battle for second between the 9 of Alex Princeton and the 27 of Rich Petrucco here off just 2 laps after this restart and give that position, that second position, to Alex Princeton.
Alex has really impressed me. He's pretty new to Galaxy all around. He's been running in the Cup and Truck Series, and he's really impressed me. Clean, respectable guy, quiet as well. So he's kind of someone that you just kind of forget about until race day, and he shows up and ready to race. So not surprised to see him in second place here, and who knows, maybe he might pull out that win tonight.
So first guy I see taking a look toward the bottom is the 92 of Joey King there in your picture. That 92 truck's trying to roll the bottom, see if he can get something going against these guys in front of him. He's got 3 trucks he needs to pass here to get himself to the lead. That's Rich Petrucco in the 27 ahead of him, the 9 of Alex Princeton, and the 70 of Kyle Martinson that we've documented already. Looks like he already gave up the bottom, though, as he slides up in front of the 10 of Andrew Schartner there in 3 and 4. So Joey King at first to try to really test it out. I think the 6 of John Dulaney is back there doing it as well, trying to roll the bottom, see if he can get something going. Like we talked about already, I'd be surprised. I think the truck that will win the race should be a truck that, Josh, correct me if I'm wrong, should be able to roll the bottom fairly well as well.
Yeah, I think, I mean, if you're able to roll the bottom, then you're doing pretty good. Because the bottom is where you're gonna want to make your passes at. I feel like is Rich Petrucco actually looking underneath Alex Princeton here on the bottom. But that top lane, it just comes in really handy, and I hear we do have caution.
Big junk over here in 3 and 4. The 6 of Dulaney involved. I believe that's the 16 of Anthony Gornieri. Second place in points is a parking lot off of turn 4. Dan Fields, Cody Bird, the 4 of Chad Edwards, all involved. We literally have trucks stopped off of turn 4. The 26 of Ryan McDaniel is backward on the front stretch as well. This is going to be an interesting one to dissect. Looks like Gornieri just got loose and overcorrected into the wall, and he collects about 6 other trucks, and then guys just keep piling in because they don't see it with these high banks. Honestly, the A-post of a lot of these cars will actually sit in the way of being able to see it, and unfortunately, most of these guys out here don't have spotters, so they're not seeing the wreck, Josh.
Yeah, and even if they did see the wreck, it's not a good chance they can make it around it, because this is such a tight track that you have drivers coming at you from all different angles, get hit from really anywhere. So it's all about just watching your mirror and watching front windshield at the same time, and that's not always easy.
Well, Josh, it might be easier to tell you how many drivers weren't involved in that incident. There were a lot that ended up being in the parking lot there off of turn 4. Still trying to dissect what exactly happened there as we look at the replay. There's McDaniel rolling back, trying to get himself turned back around there. I'm still hearing motors being blown here, even in our live picture. It's a lot of not good for a lot of these drivers, especially so early on in the race, working only lap 20 when the yellow came out. Or excuse me, lap 22 when the yellow came out. We're now working lap 24 of 200 tonight. So still 177 laps to go.
Yeah, and I know from watching that there, I was very shocked. Rich Petrucco was actually involved in that. Maybe not to a heavier extent, but the leaders were coming around. Rich got slowed down, and then somebody tagged him from behind. It wasn't a hard hit, but actually, I don't see any damage on his rear end. I'm pretty sure it was Rich. I could be wrong on that. But he did come in and surrender that third place position to pit here. So even if you're the leader or second, third place, you're not safe here at Bristol. When a wreck happens, it could happen anywhere with these drivers. And it could, unfortunately, collect you if you're the leader.
So if I had to give you my best educated guess, Josh, I would say upwards of 12 to 15 trucks ended up getting some form of damage from that incident. We had a lot of trucks on pit road right there, somewhere in the neighborhood of about the 12 to 15 that all made pit stops as well, for either fresh tires and damage repair, or just a little bit of damage repair in the first place. So some guys going to the back. We'll see. It looks like 4 of Chad Edwards slide backward lap. And I believe the lights might be off our pace car. Yes, it is. Lights are off the pace car, getting ready to go back green this lap. Guarnieri just tried to come off pit road. I don't know if he was able to beat the pace car. Looks like it's being pretty weird with him, but it looks like he'll be okay and get out. Caught back up to the field. So again, 175 now, coming to 174 laps to go in tonight's event. Only 25, going to be 26 laps completed on this warm night here at Bristol. Ambient is 81, track temperature sitting at 83 degrees Fahrenheit. As they come off turn 4, the pace car makes its left-hand turn down to the pit road. And there goes Kyle Martinson. Nice early restart, big jump for him. He'll leave second to be a challenge between the 92 of Joey P. King and the 9 of Alex Princeton. Give Andrew Shartner the 4th position.
Yeah, still side by side for second. Princeton is going to drive it in deep. King will be able to slide up in that 3rd position here. Now we're single file for at least the top 6 minutes.
So you see there, the bottom not really sticking around, Josh. I'm honestly a little surprised. Now, some of these guys, a lot of these guys up here toward the front, I believe the first 6, 7 trucks still have not taken tires or took tires on that first early yellow on lap 2. So a lot of varying strategy now. I should be seeing some guys with fresher rubber like Rich Petrucco in the 27 come toward the front here before too long. As we look at the battle for 4th, heating up there, the 71 of Joseph Lester's really taking it to the 10 of Andrew Shartner. On the bottom, Lester trying to get the move done. It looks like Shartner checked up a little bit because I believe that was the 57 of Stone ran into the back of him. Lester giving Shartner a hard time there off turn 4, near contact, but give that 5th position there to, or excuse me, 4th position there to Joseph Lester. Shartner is all sorts of out of shape.
And he's actually not going to lose 1, not going to lose 2, but going to lose 3 spots there, as Stone and Petrucco were also able to get around that 10 of Shartner.
So like I just said, the freshest tires in the field are the 27 truck's tires. Those tires on that 27 truck, just fresh from this previous yellow. He's already coming toward the front. He's got fresher than Cam Stone and everyone else in front of him, so look for him to utilize the bottom. Here he goes on the inside of Cam Stone down here in turn 3. Gonna look to get 2 and 1 as he eyes up Joseph Lester there in the 71 truck. He's clear of Stone. Give 5th position over to Rich Petrucco. And this man is on a tear as he comes toward the front of the pack on those fresh 4 tires.
And we actually have a side-by-side battle, right? And Alex Princeton got loose off the corner, but Joey King came up. I thought they were going to make contact, and I'm not sure how they didn't, but now Petrucco and King side-by-side. King might just hand it to Petrucco. They are teammates, and right behind them, it almost looked like 3 wide about to happen. Stone, being the smarter guy, backed off there. I hear crashing. Caution is out.
Yellow on the French stretch, Josh. A little more issue up here on the front. I couldn't tell who it was. Looks like the 16 of Guarnieri maybe, and the 78. I believe that is. I'm not sure on the 78. Yes, the 78 of David Duke. Yep, we see it there. Oh, Duke was already spinning there, though. And Guarnieri and the 20 were an unfortunate side effect of that. Would be interesting to see what happened with 78. Looks like he was already spun around by the time he came. You see Duke just pop the wall right there, and actually Guarnieri had really nowhere to go. Just came right down in. So we get a look here at the 78. Looks like he is battling away here 3 wide with Webb, and I believe that's the 19 truck of Nicholas Vassenar. So we'll see what he does here off of turn 4. Oh, Vassenar, same situation as what Guarnieri and the 20 of Ian Roy had. The 19 and the 20 trucks, interesting numerical situation there, of both Vassenar, Nicholas Vassenar, and Ian Roy, both hitting the wall and catching the guy on their inside. In this case, unfortunate for Anthony Guarnieri in the 78 of David Duke. So a little bit of damage repair for those guys. Get the damage fixed up, get some 4 fresh tires, hopefully get back out here tonight. Only 15 trucks right now remaining on the lead lap, and still 162 laps remaining in tonight's event.
Yeah. we said this was going to be insane. Lots of wrecks with 29 trucks entered. We've seen it so far. This is our third caution, 39 laps in. We're not going to have any trucks left here if they keep on wrecking.
Well, the more damage, the more lap trucks I think we're going to see, Josh. And like I said, lap traffic is going to be something that's going to be very interesting for these leaders to maneuver. So as a driver yourself over in the Cup Series side of things, having raced some short tracks already this year, Bristol already once this year, how does a leader or even just someone trying to race like yourself manage the lap traffic? It's such a tight track.
Survive and pray for luck. Be on that radio. Hey guys, I'm coming. Out of my way. It doesn't always work that easy, but iRacing does allow you to talk to your competition. So I think just being lucky in situations and being on that radio is going to be key to staying out of trouble if you are the leader.
So we're looking at 40 laps complete in tonight's event. Kyle Martinson still your leader. We'll do a little rundown here for you. Kyle Martinson, your leader, having led every lap of tonight's event. Rich Petrucco on the fresh tires, I'd say if I had to give it a number, 23 laps fresher than Kyle Martinson runs second now. Joey King in the 92 truck is third. Cam Stone, after starting at the rear tonight, up 18 positions from his starting position of 21st, is up to third. Alonso Chocano, your point leader in the Galaxy Truck Series, has gotten himself up to fourth. Again, another big gainer from his starting position. Craig Freer, in his first start with the Galaxy Truck Series, is up to sixth with Tim Reel in seventh. Nicholas Vassenar in eighth with a little bit of damage on his truck. The 9 of Alex Princeton has fallen to ninth after pit stops, and the 10 of Andrew Shartner riding in 10th.
Green.
Back to green here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. And we see the 77 of Kyle Martinson get another big jump over Rich Petrucco in that 27 truck. Expect those tires on Rich to be showing up here pretty soon. Rich isn't going to let that 77 on your screen get too far away right there, as the battle's on for fourth between Joey King and the 17 of Craig Freer.
Yeah, it looks like Joey King is going to have the advantage for now. About a full truck length between them. Not too much going on here. And I hear crashing. There is a caution.
Another wreck on the front straightaway. Not a good place to be tonight for some of these drivers. It looks like the 10 of Shartner, who was running 8th, is one of the trucks spun around here. We'll take a look at the replay here. Yeah, he just loses it off of turn 4, ends up in the inside wall, and unfortunately that bounces him back out onto the track to bring the yellow out. Just a single truck incident here, but unfortunate for the 10 trucks night, as he gets a lot of front end damage early, and that's not going to spell well for having a motor left to run the rest of the race with.
Yeah, definitely not what he wanted at all. Running a loose truck, it appears, just snapped loose on him there. So unfortunate for him to end his night early.
So just another reset here. Looking like we still got about just about 10 laps remaining in this first stage. So, Josh, I don't expect to see too many people pit here unless you're trying to get some track position for the second stage and maybe stay out on those 10-lap-old tires. But Kyle Martinson still sitting in the catbird seat. And as I say that, Kyle Martinson coming down pit road here. Rich Petrucco is going to be your leader. So Kyle Martinson giving up the points that he might get from this first stage finish here in the Galaxy Truck Series on debut for him as well. And pretty interesting strategy call from the 70 truck.
Yeah, he probably knew that, Rich being on those fresh tires, he was going to be coming, and it was probably time for him to pit. He was on the oldest tires, it appears. So I think a good call by him to come in and pit now. Still a long way to go. 154 at the moment, coming to 153 laps to go. So I think just come in, get those tires, regroup, and start picking off trucks one by one.
Interesting strategy call. Not one that I may have made myself, Josh, but we'll see how that pays off for Kyle Martinson here in the end of stage 1 coming up here shortly. So, interesting developments here in the Galaxy Truck Series for the Cameron Caldwell Graphics 200 from the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. So again, just under 10 laps remaining here in this first stage. Looking at it like about 8, should be about 7 laps remaining in the stage when we get back to green. The 27 truck of Rich Petrucco is currently your leader. As these guys look like there's one to start lineup double file. Josh, I think we're going to get one to green this time.
And we are going to get one to green this time. At least my telemetry says so, but the lights on the pace car are still on.
So the lights are off the pace car here as it comes across the line there. Looking at just about, there we go. Looking at the entry to turn 3 right there. So the 27 truck of Rich Petrucco choosing to take the high line this time, something different than what Kyle Martinson was doing as a leader. So the pace car, makes its hard left-hand turn on a pit road. The green flag in the air again. Rich Petrucco in the 27 truck is away. Not too big of a gap jump over Cameron Stone in the 57. That's 17 in that blue truck. Craig Fryer running was third, losing 2 positions to Joey King and Alex Princeton really quickly there. Move Fryer back to 5th. King up to 3rd. Princeton up to 4th.
Yeah, and it looks like Princeton is going to go to the high side. King went low, so now they're going to be side by side. I'm not exactly sure what was the call there for King to stay low, but that's going to give the advantage to Princeton on that high side. Now the 17 and the 25 are side by side. Advantage for Fryer over Chicano so far, but Chicano is trying to take that spot away on the bottom.
All right, man.
We have a
So I believe you're seeing some different tire sets there, and as I say that, we got a yellow over here, and I think turn 1 it is. As we see the leaders checking up here. So, Shartner arrives to the scene of the 99 of Felver and the 71 of Lester. Looks like Felver just loses his truck there in the middle of the corner. Lester just unfortunately had nowhere to go, just got like right in it. Shartner might have caught a piece of that as well as he was coming. See Felver set there. So, I'm not sure if that's going to do it for the stage. I believe that does it for the stage tonight. Rich Petrucco should be your stage 1 winner. We'll look to confirm that here under this yellow.
Pits are open, and it appears as though everybody is coming down into pit road. So this must be the stage finish, as pit road is busy.
So a lot of drivers choosing to take their pit road service here. That was the end of stage 1. We did get admin confirmation from the Galaxy Truck Series admins that is the end of the first stage. So Rich Petrucco, your stage winner there this time out. Cameron Stone finishing 2nd in the stage. Alex Princeton 3rd. Joey P. King 4th. Alonzo Chocano 5th. Craig Freer in 6th. Joseph Gwilt 7th. Nicholas Vassinar 8th. Tim Reel 9th. And Chad Edwards 10th. Now those results changed on me a little bit, so I could have just read that off wrong to you guys, but I got it in as quickly as I could right there as we see the service done for the 27 truck. We'll see if we can get them pulled up here on the radio for a little bit of a stage break interview. We got the 27. I believe, Josh, you've caught up with the 27 truck of Rich Petrucco.
Hey, Rich, it's Josh in the JCTV booth. Got a copy?
No, I do, Josh. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you out there?
Pulling my hair out right now, trying to do this race admin and run the race here. But truck seems to be pretty good. Happy with my decision to pit, and we did a lot of testing this week. SPR is definitely quick.
Yeah, you guys are looking great up there. Now, I was going to ask how the truck's feeling, but you kind of just answered that. So, what is the plan for the rest of the race here? Just kind of stay out of trouble and hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. Survival is the plan right now. We're just gonna kind of see how it goes. I'm hoping for a long run so we can really show the speed we got here. If it's gonna be a lot of short runs, it's just gonna be a lot of Bristol, baby.
All right. Well, maybe we'll be talking to you a little bit later. Good luck to you the rest of the race here.
I appreciate it, guys.
So that was Rich Petrucco, the driver of the number 27 truck there, with the stage win.
So we see the lights off the pace car there. Thank you, Josh, for bringing us Rich Petrucco's stage interview break there. Now we see the lights off, and the field is released back into the hands of, yes, you guessed it, that 70 truck of Kyle Martinson, the 77 there on the paint on the truck. He will look to get this race fired back up, waiting longer than he has before. There he goes, green flag in the air off turn 4. Kyle Martinson back to the lead with Rich Petrucco following close in tow. Cameron Stone third now, and Alex Princeton rolling the top side over Joey P. King in fourth. Give fourth position to Princeton as he still battles Joey P. King there off of turn 4.
A little bit loose for him, and Stone is around.
All right, man.
That's going to cause a caution. And it doesn't look like a whole lot of trucks involved there. Stone is down on the pit lane.
As Stone very fortunate there to end up only going down pit lane, not really collecting too much damage there. Nice avoidance there from Craig Fryer, excuse me. I believe that was also that was Alex Princeton in the 9 truck as well, getting around that. It looks like Joey King might have also been able to avoid some incident there. So we see Stone, yeah, he just broke loose right in the middle of the corner. Huge. Just a terrific job right there from the 9 of Princeton, recognizing what happened there and being able to check up in time, not further collect anyone in that incident.
Yeah, that was great awareness by him. Like I said a little bit earlier, he's a smart guy. So, I mean, I'm not sure if I would have been able to make a move like that myself. So kudos to him for that, and he gets to fight for another lap or two.
So, unfortunately, the second stage, just a little bit of a rerun of the first. Cautions breeding cautions here in the Galaxy Truck Series. A lot of stop and go for these guys. Got to put a wear and tear on some of their mental state in the truck there, Josh. I mean, walk me through. If we end up getting a lot of stop and go situations, it kind of takes the strategies of tires and whatnot out the window a little bit. But it also invites, again, different tire strategies that you might see as well, depending on how much it is a start to go. So, I mean, as a driver, how much do you weigh pacing, and how much does that sit on you and affect how you may go out there and put the pedal down when we get back to green flag racing?
Well, these guys, they want to see long green flag runs. They don't want this caution after caution after caution, because these caution laps take time, longer than they would for regular laps. So these guys, that they just want it to stay green here, and with the whole strategy, with no tire limits on tonight, these guys can pit whenever, and we do have people hitting at different times. So unlimited tire sets will definitely lead to different pit strategy, and then it all comes down to surviving. If you assume it's going to be a caution fest, if I'm in this race and I'm at this point where we're at lap 64, we have had 6 cautions for a total of right now 29 laps, I might just be a little bit more conservative and kind of ride in the back for a bit. Once this gets cycled through and figured out and we start getting long green flag runs, that's when I might start popping up and racing a little bit harder than before.
So we see the lights off the pace car there. Thank that inside, Josh. We see the lights off the pace car here. The 70 of Kyle Martinson. Again, your leader here, Rich Petrucco, flanking him to the outside. Joey King up to third there after the incident happening right in front of him. Alex Princeton to fourth. The point leader there in the Michelob Ultra truck, the 25 of Alonso Chicano, has worked his way into the picture, as well as the 17 of Craig Fryer there. As these guys roll through turns 3 and 4, we look for the pace car to make its left-hand turn into pit road. There it goes. And the field is in the hands of the 70 truck of Kyle Martinson. He will get on the loud pedal and green flag. Great restart there from the 27 of Rich Petrucco.
Rich Petrucco still side by side. I think this is where Petrucco takes it here. He's got that outside preferred lane and still side by side between them as Princeton actually battles hard with Joey King, drives in deep to get that position there for third, but now for the lead, it looks
the
like
lead,
Rich
the
Petrucco.
27 truck of Rich Petrucco has gotten to the lead over the 70 of Kyle Martinson. Battle is on for fourth back there with Alonso Chicano firing greatly off the restart there. Leaves Joey King hung out on the bottom. And Joey King going backward very quickly here, running that bottom lane. Looks like Greg Fryer's trying to get to his outside. A little bit of contact. Oh, the turn from the 17 turns the 92 up here in turn 1. And I think the 92 just lost his motor, and I believe some guys just got collected up trying to avoid the incident. The 71 was sliding backward there. Joseph Lester, the 19, also involved. We saw the 77 of Gaskins able to get himself stopped right there.
See what happened here. Looks like Joey King just comes across the nose of, that's going to be the 17 of Freer, and then just, again, short track, not much room to try to avoid this, so a lot of other trucks get involved, piled up in there.
So unfortunate for that battle for what was fourth place between Joey King and Alonso Chicano. Unfortunate ending for the 92 of Joey King, having lost track position and a lot of damage to get himself fixed there up in turn 1. So some strategy variants here. We see the 70 of Martinson choosing to pit, leaving Rich Petrucco out on the track, and the 25 of Alonso Chicano is following suit with that 70.
It looks like it's going to be 4 tires for, well, at least 2 for the moment for Chicano. There is the left side going up, so he will be taking 4 tires here and off out of his box. Long way back around, because these guys, they have to use both sides, the back stretch and the front stretch pit road here. It's what the blue line on the screen there you see. They have to go all the way around to make these pit cycles. So long way for pit road, going 35 miles an hour.
So yeah, it's just an absolute crawl there on pit road. That was something that iRacing brought in an update. I believe that was last year. They brought Bristol Full Pit, is what the track layout or configuration is called, where both pit lanes are utilized as one giant pit lane for the track. That way you can simulate cautions and realistic real life cautions where every driver has to go down pit road, both pit roads. In real life, you get to see that here in the sim as well. Unfortunately for green flag stops, though, I believe it's also a full pit. I believe it doesn't open up for the 2 pit lanes under green conditions. I think that's something that iRacing may be trying to work on, but that would be a pretty difficult technical feat to come across. So we're at 2 to green right now here in the Galaxy Truck Series race. Again, the Cameron Caldwell graphics 200 from the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway tonight for the Galaxy Truck Series League. We see Rich Petrucco, your leader right now, getting the 1-2 green, ahead of Alex Princeton in the 9 truck there, with a new driver in the picture. The 37 of Joseph Gwilt has worked his way toward the front here, as well as Craig Fryer in the 17 still running up here. Alonso Chicano taking tires is the first one actually out on tires. He beat Martinson off pit road. and is now running 6th right there in our pictures. You see the 14 of Tim Reel running 5th. Getting ready, set for the restart. We're going to restart with 126 remaining. Just about 35 laps remaining in this second stage. Pace car makes his left-hand turn off of the track. And there goes the 27 of Rich Petrucco back under green here at Bristol.
Didn't look like a good restart for the number 9 of Princeton, but he's able to hold on to that second spot. So we have side-by-side battle for third between number 37 of Wilt and the 17 of Freer, with Alonzo Chicano not far out from that. It's kind of hanging on. And looks like Wilt might have gotten a little loose. That allowed Chicano to pass. Now Chicano and Freer are side-by-side. We have another caution.
So I happened to see this one on one of my replay cameras, Josh. The 10 of Schartner ended up spinning off of turn 2 and not having a good night. A bad night gone worse for the 10 truck of Andrew Schartner. Just loses it off of turn 2. Again, those pit balls will bounce him right back out onto the track, and he collects the 71 of Joseph Lester. I believe also involved with 78 of David Duke as well.
Yeah, that's tough. With Schartner and Lester being involved in cautions. At this point, me being in the driver, I might just start getting impatient and not want to continue racing anymore. The car's been beat up and hit from all different angles. If either one of them, Lester or Schartner, can continue, props to them. They probably have more patience than I do in that case.
So, I mean, I imagine that's something these drivers feel. They just get a little more anxious every time there's another yellow, because that's just less time for them to work their way toward the front, especially with such a short stage. Unfortunately, this truck race is only 200 laps, and we're quickly approaching the end of that second stage already. We saw this first 55, even with a couple yellows mixed in, blow by pretty quickly. Already working lap 79 here in the race, which leaves just 30 laps remaining in in this current stage, stage 2. And those 30 laps can go by very quickly when you get back to running green, and with it being such a hard place to pass, I think you will see these drivers are just upping their sense of urgency a little bit, and that we see mistakes arising for some of these drivers, like a 10 of Andrew Schartner there in this particular incident. Just that sense of urgency, Josh, it's heightened with such stop and go frequency, and among that also just needing to get to the front to try to score points.
Yeah, I think as a driver, at this point, you're used to the constant cautions. So when you do get that long green flag run, it's going to come as a surprise. I don't know if you're a driver. Do you want to try to run hard, knowing that there has been so many cautions? Do you just want to run hard, get as many positions as you can? You're going to wear your tires doing that. Or do you still be conservative here, not knowing if this is finally going to be that green flag run that I'm sure all these drivers have been wanting to see?
That's such a hard decision to weigh, because we've seen it be really stop and go. The trend of the race would be we're getting a lot of yellows. Just you got to go hard, get what you can now with it being such a tough place to pass. Even though Bristol is progressively banked, the preferred lane with no traction compound or anything here in iRacing is actually to the middle and the top of the racetrack. So the pace car pulls off here as we get ready to go back green. Rich Petrucco gets another big jump on the 9 of Alex Princeton, who was running second there. Alonzo Chicano is working his way up into third after restarting fourth there. He had the preferred lane of that top, and he's going to challenge Alex Princeton for second here through 3 and 4, and he's in the preferred lane is Alonzo Chicano. He's going to snag that second place away from Alex Princeton.
And now he's going start pulling away from him and have his sights set on Richard Petrucco. Try to get that lead. We actually have a side-by-side battle between number 17 and the 70 back here, Freer and Martinson. Looks like Freer a little bit high there through the corner. Might have tapped the wall, and now Martinson is actually going to clear Freer, but he was looking towards the bottom, actually running the middle here. And one of our fast trucks very early on starting to regain positions to set his sights back on to that lead back.
And so you see some fresher tires on that 70 truck. It's actually closed in Alex Brinson already there on your screen. Looking further back, Cam Stone has actually just gotten past Craig Freer as well in the back of our picture. You see this 57 truck starting to sneak his way in. So the battle is on for third between Princeton and Martinson. Martinson rolling the bottom on the fresher rubber compared to the 9 of Alex Brinson. Give third position to Martinson. Look for him to set sail toward those top two. Chicano is not letting Petrucco get away, though.
Yeah, Chicano is on fresher tires by about 25 laps here off over what Petrucco has. Petrucco, though, hasn't had many green flag runs on his tires, but the difference of what there has been still makes a difference, as Alonso isn't quite there on Petrucco, but he is gaining ever so slightly and on his way forward, closing the gap. Could be running a little bit higher than Petrucco has been. And getting a
So
great
20
run
remaining
off
in the
points.
stage there. We see Chicano trying to close in on the leader of Rich Petrucco. See Martinson just sneaking into the back of your picture there. Those fresh tires on Martinson as well. Got to take advantage of them while he can. So we see Chicano looking to try to challenge for the lead. Get down there on the bottom. He's going to have to find a way to roll the top on Petrucco, maybe catch him off guard here. And all this battling is going to do is just going to let Kyle Martinson there in the 70 work his way back even further into the picture.
Martinson and Cameron Stone have actually been faster than your two leaders here, Rich Petrucco and Alonso Chicano. Alonso looks to the bottom once again, still not able to make anything happen there. Now he's going to roll the top as Petrucco runs the middle. So it's really, where do you get the run? Actually, he got a big run off the corner exit there. Right on the bumper, gonna look inside going into turn 1. And now you've got lap traffic coming into play here, side by side. They were 3 wide for a minute with a lap.
Chicano tried to pull a slider, I think, over here in 2. He really slid up the track, almost into the door of Petrucco. Now he's got an opportunity here. He's going to try to pin Petrucco behind the lap truck. He does beautifully. And Petrucco gets out of the gas there and actually has to get on the brake and not run over the 20 of Ian Roy there. Give the lead now to Alonso Chicano. A strategic move there from the 25. It was impressive to stick Rich Petrucco there and trust that he would get out of it and not accidentally turn the 25, trying to make it, say, 3 wide instead of using that lap truck as a pick. But now your leader, Alonso Chicano, working the lap traffic here. So one of the detriments to being the first of lap traffic is you have to be the one to get by these guys, and quite a few of them are not going to want to go a lap down. So tough sledding here ahead for the 25, but he has pulled about 6 truck lengths, I would call it, over the 27 of Rich Petrucco. And with the fresher tires, he should have a little easier time of it. But we see Martinson now and Stone also working their way to the back bumper of that 27. I'd say the battle for second is on here, Josh, between Petrucco, Martinson, and Stone.
3-truck battle indeed for second place, with lap traffic still key here. Looks like all 3 of those drivers, 27, 70, and 57, are going to be forced over the top there, with number 14 taking the bottom lane, that 14 tin rail. And Stone saw an opening that Martinson left, backed out of it, Martinson ran the bottom there. Stone now to the top, side by side. Martinson almost into the left rear quarter panel of tailgate rather of Petrucco. Still side by side for Stone and Martinson. Looks like Stone may clear, not quite. Now he's going to clear, get a huge run on Petrucco. Not able to do anything with it as this track is just so tight.
So, new third place runner, the first person to try to attack Rich Petrucco here now is Cam Stone. There he goes to the bottom. Looking inside, the 57 of Stone trying to manage his run, cannot do it, and then we're probably going to see a repeat of what we just saw there between Martinson and Stone. Yep, there it goes. Stone actually recognizes it, gives up that third position. Back to Martinson, says, hey, you go ahead and attack Rich Petrucco now. See if you can get by him and force him out of his groove. So Rich is doing a great job of trying to defend his second place position here, running just about the 2/3 lane, I would call it. Not quite up near the wall, per se, and as I say that, he gets right up near the wall on that lap. But Rich Petrucco doing a nice job of hanging on to second here, and there's the 20 again. Unfortunately, a lot of damage on that truck is causing him to be quite the lapper tonight. But we see Stone a little wobbly there, able to hang on to it, but no lap truck pick right there for Petrucco or Martinson to use as an advantage for them. 2 laps remaining here in the stage. We look back to your leader. Alonso Chicano has stepped away from this battle. Some 2.5 seconds up the road for the 25 truck. Alonso Chicano with 1 more lap remaining here in stage 2. Looks like your point leader is looking to extend his point lead here through 1 and 2. Just a little bit of lap traffic ahead of him. I imagine he's not going to work on trying to pass it too much, because as he comes through 3 and 4 right here, the green checkered flag is waving. And stage 2 goes to your point leader, Alonso Chicano in the 25. The battle is on for second across the line. Give it to Petrucco over Martinson in third. Stone bringing it fourth. King just crossing the line for fifth. Edwards for sixth. Princeton off of 4 for seventh in a side-by-side battle with Craig Freer. Give Craig Freer 7th position on the bottom off of turn 4 there. Princeton 8th. Joe Gwilt in 9th, and Tim Reel rounds out your top 10. Reel, the first truck 1 lap down, should see the lucky dog here under this stage car.
Looks like Reel should get the lucky dog here. So we will have 10 trucks on lead lap, the whole top 10 here. That was an exciting battle for second there between Martinson, Petrucco, and Stone. Definitely intense.
I tell you what, Josh, we missed out on it a little bit in the broadcast there, but that battle for 7th across the line was side by side. They're coming to that stage finish. I was impressed that Craig Fryer was able to make something happen on the bottom over Alex Princeton. We see the trucks deciding to come down pit lane. Looks like it's pretty much everyone at the front taking the decision to pit. Some guys choosing to stay out here. Looks like Chicano's still on the track. Edwards stays out. Craig Fryer also staying out, as well as I believe Tim Reel is getting your lucky dog right now, so he's redeeming that at the moment. So the 70 of Martinson, the 27 of Petrucco on pit road, as well as the 92 of King and the 9 of Princeton, all on pit road right here, getting service done. We see some coming toward the front. Chicano's going to choose to pit now, and wonder if he missed pit road on the first time it was open there, Josh.
Yeah, it appears as though everybody that's on the lead lap that stayed out that time is pitting now. I was really shocked, and I was going to say shocked that they all didn't pit there, because they all can make it to the end on fuel, regardless if we have more cautions or not. But it does appear everybody is going to come through and pit. That should give the lead back to Martinson, I believe.
So interesting there. I believe we're able to catch up with the 25 truck. We'll see if we can dial them up on the radio here. 25, Alonso Chicano. This is Eric Wineland in the JCTV booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir, I do. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well myself. We're watching this exciting battle here behind you. What a job for using Ian Roy in the 20 as a pick there to take the lead away from Rich Petrucco. Walk us through that move. Did you size it up for a couple laps there, seeing the lap traffic out the windshield, or did you just kind of spur of the moment, last moment pass?
Well, I mean, I had pitted the caution prior. I felt like there was no reason not to really, but yeah, like it was just a good battle. It was really hard to pass here, especially when you got someone who's almost just as fast. But I saw the opportunity, and I mean, I wanted to go for it. Like it just he's a cup guy, and it feels good to be able to race with him and be able to actually pass him. Even though I did use a guy as a pick, but it was still good battle either way.
Alrighty, well, we're headed back to green, so we'll let you get back to your team. Thank you for joining us here, and congrats on the stage to finish. That's the 25 truck of Alonso Tricano, now back under green here at Bristol. Martinson gets a nice little hole shot over Petrucco, but Petrucco is not going to let it go. He's going to actually look to battle there in turn 3, but Stone on the top, getting a huge run on the 27 truck, gives second to the 57 truck of Cameron Stone as we get a yellow at the back.
Looks as though it might be the 37, and that's going to be Joe Quilt here. Let's see what happened. Looks like he just got loose and going to spin it around on the apron, coming out of turn 4. Never did get up on the track, so only Joe Gwilt involved in that caution.
I'll tell you what, that's quite the slide. I imagine there's not too much grip down there on the apron, Josh.
Yeah, I would not imagine that there would be grip down there at all. Not where you want to put your truck, that's for sure.
So we'll get a little reset here after that stage 2. We're working the final stage now. Just under 81 laps remaining in this race. Looking at 81 when they cross the line. They're working lap 120. We'll see the 37 come get service here on pit road. Coming back to our live picture here. Still your leader, Kyle Martinson, in the 70 truck. 77 on the screen as we documented the little bit trading paint issue. The 57 of Cam Stone now scored as second. Rich Petrucco fell back to third there. Apologies for the dog in my background. Fourth place, Joey P. King there, and fifth, Alonso Chicano in the 25.
We're going to have Alex Princeton sitting 6th. Freer 7th. Tim Reel in 8th. Chad Edwards 9th. Will rounds out the top 10. Everybody on the lead lap. Looks as though I think I have you there.
So still working the yellow flag here. Lights look to still be on the pace car here, so we're not quite going back green this time. I imagine we got 2 to green right now for these drivers as they roll down the backstretch here at Bristol. So, Martinson, been your leader for quite a bit here, Josh. Do you think he does anything in terms of jeopardizing his strategy the rest of the race? I imagine if we get another couple yellows here, the one more stop maybe in the cards for these guys to get fresh tires once more.
Yeah. I think they'll pit in at least once more. Maybe I think maybe right around the 50 to go mark, so about lap 150.
We are good to go on fuel though, correct?
Yes, definitely good to go on fuel, so that is
Alright.
not an issue. So they don't have to pit. But you know somebody's going to pit. and that's going to really force everybody else to pit. Whether, if we do continue to have all these cautions, whether it be on the same caution or spread out with different cautions, some pitting here, some pitting there, we are going back to green.
Pace car off and back through turn 4 into the front stretch goes Kyle Martinson to lead these guys back to green. Martinson, a little bit of a jump, but here comes Cam Stone. He drove it in there through 1 and 2. Stone to the outside of the 70 of Martinson. Through 3 and 4 here, give the lead to Stone at the line. It's too close to call, Josh. I believe Stone had it there, but he is in great position over Martinson here, having that top preferred lane. As long as they stay green here, I think we might see Cameron Stone go for and take the lead here off of 4 as he gets himself clear. Oh, we get a spin over here in turn 1. The 27 of Rich Petrucco's turned around. That is not good for his race, and he does get collected by other drivers. I think the 20 of Ian Roy and the 26 of Ryan McDaniel all piling in there. The 27 of Rich Petrucco, a great night gone bad as he spins there off of turn 4 and across the front stretch, slides back up the track into the path of other drivers, and they end up getting collected in that. Just as Stone took the lead from Martinson. We'll see if we can get this on the replay here for you.
Joey King barely missing Petrucco there.
Oh.
Here's
Roy and McDaniel pile in late. You see there on the replay. I'm not sure, Josh. Does that look like a bit of netcode between Petrucco and Chicano there off of 4? Ended up upsetting the truck of the Rich Petrucco. The Rich Petrucco truck. I messed that up.
Might be a little bit of netcode there. Also could have just been Rich getting a little loose. Kind of upsetting the truck a bit there and just making him go around. I'm not sure, but man, that's going to hurt his chances to go 4 in a row tonight. I think we will see a new winner. Not necessarily a new winner, but a new winner in a few races. With that issues for Petrucco. As far as the other
unfortunate
drivers
end
go,
to his night.
the other drivers that were involved in that, the 26 and the 20. But that being right in the corner there, when you commit to like the lane, the high side, low side, specifically more the high side in this case, it is so hard to change your lane in the corner like that. And I think that's why the 20 and the 26 piled in, Ian Roy and 26 of Ryan McDaniel. I think that's the reason why they piled in several seconds after Petrucco was already spun, because going into that corner, you can't exactly see what's around the corner from you. You're on the straightaway.
So a little bit of a stretch reference, but something that the hardcore Galaxy follower would know is in the spring Bristol race, we actually saw at that point, second place, Chris Hammond end up getting taken out by a spinning lap car just because he absolutely had nowhere to go in making a decision. Once you commit to your line, you are committed. And unfortunately, in both instances here, they're both back in the spring cup race that we saw for the Galaxy Cup Series and here tonight with Ian Roy and Ryan McDaniel. Just once they made their decision, there was nowhere to go in that case as we saw them get collected in the Rich Petrucco spin. So we're back to 1 to green. We see the leader, excuse me, of Cameron Stone on the outside here, getting ready to take us back to green with just 71 laps remaining.
Yeah, that 57, he's probably going to be on a mission here. He's got the lead. You know he wants to protect it.
Green flag, green flag.
So, pace car down pit road, and there goes Cam Stone back to the lead, way out on the whole shot over Kyle Martinson. Chicano running the absolute bottom. I think he just rolled on by Alex Princeton right there Up into fourth goes Chocano. Craig Fryer running third there in the back of the picture as we see, or in the front of the picture, excuse me. Alex Princeton nearly running into the back of Alonso Chocano. He's going to settle into fifth, does the 9 truck of Princeton. With Joey King. Joey King, man, Josh, he is committed to the bottom.
Yeah. I'm shocked to see him running that bottom so much. He's got a lot of damage on his truck now that he might just not want to run that high line and be committed if there is a wreck in the corner in front of him and get collected in yet another one. The front end of his truck does not look pretty at this point of the race with 65 laps to go.
So battle for third brewing. Craig Fryer 1 lap ago, I believe, caught the wall. This is giving Alonso Chicano a chance, and he capitalizes on that opportunity to take third place away from the 17 Chevrolet right there of Craig Fryer. Give third to Alonso Chicano now. He sets his sights on the front two. Martinson ahead of him, and Stone out there in front. Stone has actually pulled out almost a second on Kyle Martinson at this point. I think this is one of the biggest leads we've seen since Chicano used the lap traffic to get a 2.5 second lead there at the end of stage 2.
And it appears that last time by, Chicano was our fastest truck on the track. Not by much over your leader, Stone. So look
Yeah,
for
Chicano actually set the fastest lap of the race right there. And just as that happened, Martinson was 1/1000th slower than Chicano. So that battle for second not really going to heat up just yet, as Martinson is actually looking to try to close in on Stone. As I say that, Chicano just continues to close up on Martinson. So Martinson had one good lap there. He hasn't put another couple of good laps together. He needs to find his rhythm once more to try to continue up at the front.
And now
I'll tell you who's a trooper, Josh. Matthew Gaskins in the 77. I don't know if we're able to highlight him. Over here in 3 and 4, he's got pressure from Austin Verway. But that 77 truck was involved, I believe, in the first incident we had tonight. And he has battled his way back to being on the lead lap in 10th position, dropping a spot, or not dropping a spot, but battling or hanging on to 10th there. Verway being a lap down truck getting by him.
Yeah, to be able to still be out here with that kind of damage to your truck. Not how he wanted his night to be, but he's sitting pretty good in 10th place. So kudos to him for staying out there and continuing to run around here with a damaged truck, but sitting in the top 10 right now.
Battle for second is on. Alonso Chicano looking to make a move on Kyle Martinson. He goes to the inside through 3 and 4, not able to make it work, but he keeps his nose of his truck still on that tailgate of the 70. Still gives second to Martinson with Chicano in third as they work by the lap traffic, or the lap truck there of Anthony Gornieri. Big move here for Chicano. He's going to try the bottom slider. Can't quite get it to work, but he draws alongside Martinson for a moment. We'll look for the 25 to try to see if he can do something to capitalize on some fresher tires than Martinson there in second.
Surprised at, wow, they came close to almost having contact there, but I was going to say I'm surprised at really how close Martinson is getting to that wall. Just as I'm like, he's about to hit it, he doesn't hit it. There might have been a little bit of contact with the wall there, or it could have been net code. Not sure, but Martinson is wall riding and getting just inches, if it's even that, just away from the wall, at least when they were side by side. So Chicano's going to look back to the inside once again. Side by side still. Maybe a nose ahead. Splitter, not much.
I tell you what, it's a good version of wall riding, right? Kyle Martinson just working that top lane right on the edge of the cushion of the marbles. Just absolutely running that top line to perfection. But at this point, he has given it up. Alonso Chicano is able to get on by there off of turn 4. give second now to Chicano. He sets his sights on Cameron Stone, who is working himself through some lap traffic up front. As we see, I believe Gaskin is going back one lap down, unfortunately for him. He's actually hit the pits. Not sure who that is that Chicano is working by there. It might be the 78 Duke there, or the 7 of Gage Fuse Jr. I can't quite tell from our picture there, but nonetheless, just inside 50 laps remaining here. We haven't gotten to it tonight, so might as well do it now while they're under green. Let's do a little turn it up here on JCTV with the trucks running around this half-mile high-banked short track.
Cam Stone still holding on to that lead over second place. Alonso Chocano had a little bit of lap trucks in his way, but didn't really affect him from holding on to that lead. We've got 27 laps to go, still a little bit of advantage, 26 to go now, a little bit of an advantage still over the second place truck of Alonso Chocano. Chocano is able to really pull the top to get there, but watching this race unfold over the course of all 176 laps that we've done so far, I've noticed Stone has really been running the top pretty well, and that's going to make it so impossible to try to get around on the bottom. But Chocano's still going to try. He needs to get back up to that bumper of the 57 here if he wants to do anything. And he is trying, cutting into that lead ever so slightly, but still not quite enough, as we've got 23 laps to go at the line here. Cameron Stone, still your leader over Alonso Chocano.
So we see the lap traffic starting to work a little bit of helpfulness to the leader there, as Anthony Guarnieri let those two trucks ahead of him, the 57 of Stone and the 25 of Chicano, by. It looks like clean sailing in front of Stone here. I'm not sure if we're able to see that in our picture, but he's got pretty clean track ahead of him for a little ways. So with just 21 laps remaining here at the line, I don't expect too much in the way of traffic for Stone to encounter. Maybe just a few more trucks, but just as I say that, Stone hit the wall there through 1 and 2 with the run for Chicano. He's actually going to try the slide job, and Chicano is clear. Stone drags the wall off of 4. New leader, the 25 truck of Alonso Chocano, back to the front, and picking up right where he left off from stage 2 here.
I don't want to jinx him with Alonso Chicano being my pick to win, but I just want to have a little bit of bragging rights, though, Eric. Last 2 weeks, I have picked the race winner as my pick to win, and Chicano being my pick tonight, I'm liking my sights here with seeing him in first place, and I know he's liking that as well. It's, wow, really close there with Dustin Webb, as he was trying to put Dustin Webb another lap down, I believe for the 8th or 9th time there. 17 laps to go for Chicano. Looking pretty good for me to go 3 in a row with picks to win. Still don't want to jinx him.
Man, I got to figure out what you're using to get on the same betting line as you at this point, because you got to be making some. If we had freaking sports betting here in the JCTV booth and with the Galaxy Truck Series, I would not be surprised if you've made some pretty good money already based off these picks to win. I mean, Josh has been on it these past couple weeks here, and as we saw Chicano get by Stone is starting to fade with that right side damage from dragging the wall a couple times here tonight. He's fallen back into the clutches of a lap truck of Anthony Guarnieri, and the 3rd place running Joey King isn't too far back from getting his way to Stone at this point. They are on the same same age tires, whereas Chicano did have fresher tires in his battle with Stone. One I'm surprised, Josh, that we haven't seen up here is the 70 of Martinson. I'm not sure if you're able to give us a little update on what happened to Kyle in that 70/77 truck.
Yeah, it looks like just being on a little bit of a different strategy here. He is on the same age tires as 2nd and 3rd of Stone and King here. So I think with Chocano and looks as Chad Edwards has a little bit fresher tires here, it's not helping Martinson at all. It's not what he's wanted to see, as he's been one of the fastest trucks out there tonight, leading a lot of this race. But currently sits 5th place.
So we missed it in the picture, but we see now that Chad Edwards has gotten ahead of Joey King for 3rd. So podium position here for the 4 truck of Chad Edwards and the number 4 Cracker Barrel machine. He's actually caught up to second place Stone now. Is putting pressure on him as we documented. The Stone has some right side damage. Inside 10 laps to go here. It's looking good for your leader, Alonso Chicano. A 5-second lead now over Stone, who has older tires and a bit of damage on his right side now. Big move here for Edwards on the bottom. He's looking to try to make a pass. Not able to get it done in this set of corners, but he is putting the absolute hardest pressure he can on the 57 truck of Stone. A little bit of slide there for Chad Edwards will render him back to third for the time being.
Yeah, and right here you're looking at a difference of 25 laps on their tires. So that is coming into effect here for Edwards to have a little bit of an advantage of speed-wise, and actually he might have just been able to use Princeton as a pick there to get by Stone for a second. Now he's just going to be able to pull away as he does have those fresher tires. That damage is not helping Stone at all here. He loses yet another position. But a couple of lap trucks behind him and a little bit of a gap between him and King. Not quite sure if he'll lose another one, so he might be sitting here in third place.
I tell you what, I'm surprised to see that 9 truck of Alex Princeton a couple laps down here. He was running up toward the front. We're going to take a look back up here toward the front of the field. Gap keeps extending for Alonso Chicano. He's inside of 3 circuits remaining around Bristol. Just over a mile for your point leader and leader of tonight's race. There he goes. He's got the popsicle sticks in the air. 2 to go for the number 25 Michelob Ultra Chevrolet of Alonso Chicano. What a race from him tonight. He's rolling through 3 and 4. He's got Kyle Martinson in front of him. The 5th place running Martinson is about to go a lap down. We see Webb with an issue there on the front stretch. Not going to matter. White flag in the air for Alonso Chicano as he puts Kyle Martinson a lap down. What a surprise there, because Martinson had a strong truck tonight. Through 3 and 4, coming off of the corner, Alonso Chicano, your winner tonight of the Cameron Caldwell Graphics 200 here at Bristol Motor Speedway for the Galaxy Truck Series. Chicano with an amazing win there over now second place Chad Edwards, getting by Cameron Stone there in our picture. So Stone falling to third tonight, still a podium finish for the first week back after missing Darlington last week. Stone getting a pretty respectable result after also starting 21st and coming from the back. But your biggest mover was your winner, Alonso Chicano, in the 25.
Well, Eric, I'm afraid that I might start getting a lot of messages from people. Hey, pick me as your pick to win. Great win by Chicano, and man, it was a bold pick last week when I said that Chicano was going to win tonight. I think I even talked to Rich Petrucco a little bit off camera or being live, and Petrucco says that he was using my words there that I said at the end of the broadcast last week as fuel to come out and win this race. And Petrucco, he was strong, but ultimately the guy I picked a week early is your race winner, Alonso Chicano.
So right now, before we head into a post race here, Josh, can I get you to make a pick for next week? You wanna put that on the line already now?
Oh goodness, what is last week? We've got Las Vegas last week, or next
Las
week.
Vegas coming up next week.
I believe. Yeah. So, man, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make a set pick now, but I'm going to say if Jonathan Delaney runs, he is really good at those 1.5-mile tracks. That I wouldn't be surprised to see him running up front, but I don't know. I'll have to sleep on this one and really think about it. Back to our normal Friday night racing, so be interesting to see who is if we get more drivers that are used to those Friday nights showing up.
Yeah, so a little bit different here in the Galaxy Truck Series, running on a Thursday night, but that's because the Cup Series runs on Saturday nights in real life, which means the Galaxy Cup Series moves to Friday night and pushes the Truck Series back to Thursday. But hey, what a race we had here tonight at the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. Josh is going to run us through a little bit of highlights here through the race, some extra footage as we get ready for a post-race here at JCTV. So we'll be back with you in just a few moments to get post-race interviews here at Bristol. All right, welcome back here to the JCTV broadcast. Coverage of the Cameron Caldwell Graphics 200 from the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway here tonight in the Galaxy Truck Series League. We saw Alonso Chicano, the current point leader, go out and win himself yet another race, extending his point gap tonight. But before we get to his interview, I think Josh has caught up with third place finisher Cameron Stone. Josh, take it away.
Hey, Cameron Stone, it's Josh Copperl on the JCTV booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, buddy.
Man, you were running really good out there. I was starting to think that you might have this one in the bag, but ultimately caused you to lose the lead to Alonso there.
Well, I mean, let's see. Alonso had about 15 laps fresher tires than I did. I did the hard work on the top line to take the lead away from Kyle, and once I got to the lead, started pulling away, and I just kept driving hard, trying to build that lead up. Hopefully, I was hoping nobody would be able to make the lead back up, but with the fresher tires, and he was saving a little bit more than me. He got back to me, and there was nothing I could do to hold him off at that point. He just pulled off to a big old lead there at the end, and got passed for second as well. Ended up finishing third, but both of those guys are in mine and Bryson's development pipeline, so really proud of them. It was a good race for the whole team there. So third place isn't bad. Had the good speed, felt really good. It was a good time, so nothing to be disappointed about.
I'm wondering here, you've been running a lot of these truck races. You are a Cup regular. Do you like running these truck races to give these truck regulars competition, or are you more just here for the wins and experience to try to transfer over into the Cup side?
Yeah, I think I'm more so just here to run and have a good time and try to pick up as many wins as possible. Like I said, I'm not going to get too upset about not winning the race. As long as I got good speed and I had a good time, that's about all I'm here for. Kind of like Kyle Busch goes down and runs as many races as he can just to bring some trophies back home.
Alrighty, well, any sponsors or team shout outs you'd like to give? Who gets it done for you?
Definitely want to give a big shout out to Alonso tonight. Drove a hell of a race. Chad Edwards finishing second tonight. That's his best finish up here with us. Expect to see him up front a lot more. He's been doing a lot of improving here in the last few weeks. And as always, shout out to Coors Light. They keep me going.
All right, well, I'll let you get out of here, and congrats on third. Not quite what you wanted, but maybe that'll be a couple spots better next time out.
Appreciate it, fellas.
So that was third place finisher Cam Stone. We'll go ahead and welcome. I think this is a first for Mr. Chad Edwards to the JCTV booth, finishing second tonight. Chad, take us through your race there and how you were able to capitalize on a wounded 57 truck of Cam Stone there at the end of the race.
Yeah, I can't believe I was able to get past Cam. We're all working together. 1, 2, 3 finish for the development team here, working with Cam and Alonzo. Tell you what, I'm pumped up. I got third last week at Darlington and second here at Bristol, and man, my heartbeat still hasn't came down after this race. I'm excited, but I got caught up in that first big pile up, got rear-ended, and repaired all race long, and got back up and saved tires that whole last run. I think that's how I was able to get back around Cam there, and man, just an exciting finish. Happy for the team.
So yeah, I said first time or a first for you in the JCTB booth. I was actually wrong because you did finish third last week at Darlington. So third last week, second this week. Are you looking forward to Las Vegas next week? I mean, if numbers sit right, you should be the winner when we walk out of there next week.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm a part-timer, really. I only race the Thursday night races. I'm going to try to make an exception for next week and see if I can get in that Friday night race and work with the team. Did a lot of practice this week here at Bristol, and it paid off. And I appreciate the teamwork and getting us a setup that just works so well. And yeah, I think I will be at Vegas on Friday night.
All right, well, coming back around to tonight, we saw you start 15th, and you're able to work your way all the way up to second. So not quite getting up to Alonzo there, 7-second gap there at the end, but you were involved in a couple early incidents, ended up with a little bit of damage, still able to work through that. Take us through that night and how you were able to fight through that adversity to come back toward the front.
Oh yeah, I was pretty upset there at the beginning. There's just a parking lot there, and I was stopped, and I just got rear-ended big time. I guess they didn't see that everyone was stopped there, and I thought we were done as hard as I got hit, but luckily it was all rear-end damage, and thankfully it wasn't the most fun race, but there was a lot of cautions that allowed me to get repaired. My repairs complete, and like I said, I think I started 9th on that last restart, and I just took it easy. I had a feeling that most of the cautions were behind us. Heck, I think half the field was gone. So repaired my car, easy on the tires on that last run. It just really worked out.
All right, so looking forward to Las Vegas next week. You did mention that you're part of the Hicksonball Racing Development Team with Bryson Hicksonball and Cam Stone making the decisions for that group. So you guys get a 1, 2, 3 tonight. Are you already testing for Las Vegas? I'm sure you're looking forward to that race next Friday.
Oh yeah, absolutely looking forward to it. Now I have not done any testing on it, but it's time to start. Like you said, like you mentioned earlier, we did a 3-2, and I'm going for that 1 next Friday.
All right. Well, before I let you go, Mr. Edwards, anyone you'd like to thank for your run tonight, and who gets it done for you on that number 4 truck?
Hey, I'd just like to thank Alonzo, Cam, Tim. We were all working together. Everyone there on the High Side Racing channel, we were working together. Appreciate Bryson giving me the opportunity, and Hargan Acres for the sponsorship. So appreciate it.
Alrighty, well, that is your second place finisher tonight, Mr. Chad Edwards, with a great run again tonight. That's 2 great runs in a row for him. We look to see him have a great one next week at Las Vegas. Josh, I believe you have finally caught up with our winner tonight. We saved the best for last here at JCTV. Josh, I believe you've got Alonzo Chicano on the horn.
It's Bristol, baby.
Man, what a race. I want to do a little bit of bragging once again here. Last week, I don't know if you caught last week at the end of the race, I said you were my pick to win for this week. It was a bold statement, but if you did catch that, was that any fuel to come out here and park it in Victory Lane?
Oh man, like for sure. It was I did catch that, and yeah, man, it was, you put the pressure on me, and yeah, it was like it got into my head, I'm not gonna lie, and I was saying like, I know I've won 2 races so far this season, but it was early on. Um, the past like 3 or 4 races really haven't gone my way. Um, maybe decent finishes, but I feel like I can be in the top 5 a lot more often, and I feel like I can really race with these Cup guys like Petrucco and Cam and sometimes beat them. And so I really wanted to prove myself tonight. I wasn't sure how fast Petrucco and Cam was going to be in the beginning of the race. I thought they were going to be really hard to beat, but I feel like we had just a long run truck, and we were able to save enough really a scratch, which is at a place like Bristol is huge, especially since last week at Darlington. I struggled like pretty like since lap 1. I hit the wall there, and it was just struggle city from there on. So I made it a point to prove myself this week at one of the hardest tracks of the schedule, and keeping it clean, making it to the end, and winning the race and beating not only like the biggest field that we've had in Galaxy, but also some of these Cup regulars.
Definitely get some bragging rights too. Beat those Cup regulars. It's your 3rd win of the season, I believe. So you've got most wins for truck regulars here. Looking on forward as the season continues, I believe this was race 11 of 18. So not too many races left to go. What's kind of the plan here to close out the season and hopefully be crowned champion?
Well, just continue to try to be consistent, try to get good finishes. I think if I continue to get these top 10s, top 5s, and finish decent in these stages, I feel like we're gonna be hard to beat. And I would like to consider myself, obviously we have a points lead, so I'd like to consider myself the favorite now that we've built up a decent lead here. So especially after today being able to win a stage. But I plan on continuing to give it my all and give it my hardest every single race, and try to keep the truck clean, try to bring it home, and stay away from problems.
Well, any sponsors or team shout outs you'd like to give? Who gets it done for you?
Well, first of all, I'd like to shout out my number 1 fan, my girlfriend. I love you, baby. I'd like to shout out Michelob Ultra. Good looking truck out here. Shout out to Zachary Sullivan at Biggles TV on Twitter. He made me this paint scheme. I think it's badass. It's awesome. Shout out to my teammate Chad Edwards, bringing it home second. Hell of a finish for him. I feel so proud for him. Just overall, really good run for High Side here.
Alrighty, well, congrats on the win once again. Go celebrate and enjoy a hard-earned win for you.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
So that was our winner, Alonso Chicano, extending. He's also your championship point leader. So he's just extending that championship lead tonight. So we'll go through a little bit of the rundown of the finishing order tonight before we continue our post-race and look forward to Las Vegas next Friday night. So your winner tonight, Alonso Chicano, in that number 25 Michelob Ultra truck. Coming home, the winner, 7 seconds clear of second place, Chad Edwards in the 4 truck. Third tonight, Cameron Stone in the 57. Fourth to the 92 of Joey P. King. Joey was the first one lap down, or was the last one on the lead lap there. First one lap down. Kyle Martinson in the 70, finishing 5th. Good top 5 for him. 6th, Tim Reel. 7th, Alex Princeton. 8th, Joe Gwilt. 9th, Craig Fryer, and 10th in his Galaxy Truck Series debut. He is a Cup Series regular, but making his first truck start, the 7 of Dave Fuge Jr.
11th is going to be Matthew Gaskins. 12th, Dustin Webb. 13th, going to be, apologizing, here. 13th is Austin Burway. 14th, Rich Petrucco. And 15th, Ian Roy. 16th, Ryan McDaniel. 17th, not the night he wanted to have. Guy sitting second in those championships, Anthony Guarnieri. 18th is Joseph Lester. 19th, give that to Nicholas Wassenaar. And 20th, Andrew Shartner.
So 21st tonight, unfortunately disconnected from the running. The 78 of David Duke. 22nd to Carl Felver. 23rd, the Birdman, Cody Bird. 24th, Ryan Samuelson. Tough one for our Galaxy Truck Series admin tonight that we spoke to pre-race. Unfortunately, didn't get the chance to talk to him the rest of the race. 25th tonight to Brian Haynes, making his first truck start. And unfortunately, not a good one for him. 26th, Jimmy Costarellos. 27th, Brett Bennett. 28th, Dan Fields. And 29th, first truck to drop out of the race, Jonathan Delaney. Not a good night for the Cup Series regular here in the Truck Series. So that rounds out your finishers tonight for the Cameron Caldwell Graphics 200 from the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway here for the Galaxy Truck Series. We go ahead and look on, Josh, to next week at Las Vegas. You want to, can I get it out of you now? Your bold and early prediction heading to the 1.5 mile cookie cutter out in the desert.
I still don't think you're going to get it out of me. I don't know. It should be a good race, going back to 1.5 miles. Schedule up here. It's going to be the first 1.5 miles we've seen, well, all the way since that race number 1 at Kentucky. We've had so many different types of racetracks thrown at us between 2-mile speedways, super speedways, road courses. So going back to something that is usually more of the familiar 1.5 miles with Las Vegas. Once again, back to Friday night. Gonna be September 25th. Should be a good one though. I really don't know. If I were to make a pick now, I just have no idea.
So your last winner at a 1.5 mile track was Jonathan Delaney in that original opening race for the Galaxy Truck Series back at Kentucky, all the way back in July 9th. So, but there are 3 1.5 mile tracks in the last 7 races of the season here. So this could be setting up for someone trying to make a push toward Alonso Chicano in this final stint of the season, or Alonso looking to extend his point lead even more over second place Anthony Guarnieri, is the next highest Truck Series regular here in the Galaxy Truck Series. So going to be interesting moving forward how this plays out. We got Las Vegas next week, September 25th, as Josh said. Then on to the wild card Talladega before we head over to the Charlotte Roval. Then followed by another 2.5 miles in Kansas and Texas. Although they're 1.5 miles, they play totally differently than Las Vegas. Kansas nice and smooth, Las Vegas nice and bumpy, and Texas with the 2 different bankings in its ends of the speedway. Off then to Martinsville before we close out the season at Phoenix in November. But Josh, I'm looking forward to that Las Vegas race next week. These Galaxy truckers put on a great show tonight. Imagine if they get the same big field that Las Vegas, will definitely be great to watch. It's a whole different type of racing, as you said, than we've seen pretty much for any of these guys, dating back all the way to July.
Yeah, I feel like these guys are always putting on a show, no matter what track that they've had thrown at them. And the normal usually is a lot of 1.5 miles, and we've had so many different types thrown at them. So going back to Las Vegas 1.5 miles, I still think that they're going to put on a really great show, and maybe we might have something kind of like what we had at Michigan, where there was just crazy racing all around. Michigan being a 2-mile track and very wide, but Michigan was definitely an exciting race. I kind of would expect the same for Las Vegas.
For sure. So we aren't able to scrape that next week pick out of Josh just tonight. We'll have to wait until next week when we get to Las Vegas to hear him take his pick there. That's going to do it from us tonight here at JCTV from the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. From the Galaxy Truck Series admins of Ryan Samuelson, Cam Stone, Rich Pachuco, from our graphics done by Cameron Caldwell Graphics over here at JCTV. Thanks to Cameron Caldwell for those. From Josh Coppernell, the mastermind behind JCTV and my broadcast partner tonight, I'm Eric Wineland, your main lead tonight. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you next week when we head to Las Vegas, September 25th. Same old time, starting at 7:45 p.m. Eastern. That's going to do it from us from here at the Cameron Caldwell Graphics 200 at the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway, saying good night, and we'll see you